And you can say that I'm crazy, that you think you're not ready. But I'm telling you, baby, and you can say that I'm crazy, that you think you're not ready.
And now it's time to get unmasked. Please welcome your host, Pamela Elaine Nichols and Cheryl A.S. Haley.
Hello, 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 and welcome everyone to Unmasked Real Talk Live. This is the place where we get together every Tuesday to get real about topics not often discussed openly. Each week on Unmasked Real Live Talk, we give you an opportunity to unmask, to share your thoughts and unmask about opinions, the topics that we share. You have our permission to get real with us here so that you can feel better, look better, and live better out there. We want you to stay until the end and be eligible for a special raffle. Today's raffle is an ebook called 5 Compliments That Will Get Him Addicted to You, written by Matthew Hussey. Every week we do a challenge based on the topic of the show. Last week's challenge was authentic versus fake friendships. Each day, Pam and I provided a tip based on our new weekly theme. Now, it's Testify Monday, Motivational Challenge. Tuesday was Feel Better, Tenacious Tuesday Challenge. Drop some wisdom. And we're going to pause there and say, ladies, you dropped some wisdom. Look Better, Triumphant Thursday Challenge. Face Your Fear Friday. You drop some more nuggets there. Live Better, Satisfying Saturday Challenge, and Celebrate Yourself Sunday. We will continue the theme-based challenge today, Tuesday, and it ends next Monday, the day before the live show. Today is Feel Better, Tenacious Tuesday. Tenacious means determined, not easily giving up. Do we have any tenacious women out there? And possibly some brothers? In the spirit of today's topic, we want you to participate fully by sharing in our private members-only Facebook group. There's a small change we want to remind you of. Previously, this show was only viewable in our private Facebook group. Now, this show and future shows can be viewed by the general public. However, our 3 times better Facebook group will remain private. We want you to post your comments below and we unmask today's topic. Ask your questions so we can laser coach you as we go along. Pam, my sister, do you want to introduce today's topic?
I do want to introduce today's topic because several Unmasked Lives ago, we touched on the topic of relationships and finding a partner and so forth. And we promised that we would come back to this topic and discuss it a little bit. So today we are fulfilling on that promise. Mm-hmm. The topic for today is become who you want to attract or keep. Become who you want to attract or keep. Here's a quote to consider. Those that go searching for love only manifest own lovelessness, and the loveless never find love. Only the loving find love, and they never have to seek for it. That's by Mark Twain. So let me share with you very briefly before Cheryl, you and I go into discussion on this topic. And I'm really glad that we're talking about this topic, Cheryl, because you and I are coming from 2 different places. Mm-hmm. You've already attracted the guy. Now you might be in the place of keeping the guy. And I'm in the place of wanting to attract the guy. You say what?
I'm going to keep him.
Okay, yeah. So we want to make sure you keep him. I'm sure he ain't going nowhere. Reggie ain't going nowhere. But it's still okay to do what's necessary to keep the treasure you have, right? When you say?
Yes.
And then there are those of us like me who want to attract that special partner. So today we're going to come from 2 different perspectives, and I think will be very interesting. Right now, I just want to drop in front of you, ladies, top 7 reasons why you can't find or keep love. Now, I know that sounds harsh, but this show is called Unmasked and we get real. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to drop this on you. Now, this is not from me. I'm taking this from exclusivematchmaking.com. Okay. The research comes from there. You may not realize that some of your behaviors are sabotaging your love life. But the first step toward positive change is to that what you're doing wrong, acknowledge what you're doing wrong, and take responsibility for the role you play.
Mm-hmm.
Here are 7 possible reasons you might still be single, or possibly why the person that you did attract is no longer attractive to you. Number 1, your standards are unrealistic. Now, don't get me wrong, standards are important, ladies. However, you have to think about your priorities because it's unlikely that any single person, male or female, you meet is going to fit your hyper specific picture you painted for your ideal partner. Number 2, you have zero confidence. Don't be offended. Let's just take it all in. Humans can detect confidence the way a dog can sniff out a bomb. And
Mm.
let's be real,
Yeah.
confidence is the sexiest thing in the world. So if you're lacking confidence, that can be a major turnoff on dates, and it could be a major turnoff in your current relationship. Number 3, you have unhealthy defense mechanisms.
Mm.
Ever notice how many times on The Bachelor, remember the show The Bachelor, they talk about putting up walls? We're all afraid of getting hurt. And if you've been burned before, such as by an ex who cheated on you, you may be extra guarded. You may have trust issues or become unknowingly pessimistic or paranoid. And as a result, you may have also developed certain defense mechanisms that are actually ruining your chances at getting close to someone, including your mate that you have right now.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4, you're drawn to people who can't give you what you want. If you keep choosing partners who aren't emotionally available or who can't meet your needs, it's time to consider why you're falling into this trap again and again and again. Maybe deep down, you don't think you deserve better. Maybe deep down, you don't think you're enough. Excuse me. Number 5, your insecurities are causing you to get clingy. Oh, do you find yourself actively looking for signs that something's wrong in every dating scenario? Do you feel like you need constant reassurance from your partner about their feelings and commitment to you? Does it trigger a wave of worry and fear when someone doesn't text you back within a certain amount of time? If dating tends to bring up this kind of stress for you, then you might have an anxious attachment style. Mm. Number 6, we're almost done, ladies. Hold on. Number 6, you're not allowing yourself to experience real intimacy. Speaking of attachment styles, if you run for the hills, run anytime someone gets a little too close, then you may have what we call avoidant attachment style. You think you want a relationship, but as soon as someone expects a certain level of emotional intimacy with you or a certain amount of quality time, you feel suffocated and swiftly make an exit. Number 7. That's not funny, but it's so true. You're not really putting yourself out there. This now I'm speaking to the choir. I'm singing to the choir now. It's time to be honest with yourself. How much effort are you really making to meet new people? Life is not a fairy tale, and your dream guy or girl isn't just going to magically appear right in front of you. So it's up to you to actively seek out as many opportunities as possible that can expose yourself to new people. Remember, Ruth, I'm having a sweat. Can you all see that
You
I'm having a sweat?
fan
Hot flash. Woo!
yourself.
Woo! I'm gonna turn on the fan when I finish this one. Remember Ruth in the Bible? Did she not place herself in the field where Boaz would be? She put herself out there and got the guy. All right. With that, I'm going to go turn on my fan and get a wipe. So, Cheryl, take it over.
I have Pam said she's having a flash. I have the air and a fan on, so I'm cool right now. I'm cool right now. But what I want to say is that when I looked at the seven pointers that you shared, number seven really resonated with me because one
Really?
of the things that I love about that story, and it's one that I talk about often, is that Ruth was out there handling her business,
Okay. Uh-huh.
and
Uh-huh.
Boaz found her taking care of her
Her
business. And
business. Come
that
on
speaks
now.
to a woman who was confident in who she was. Even when she came from a strange line, she found herself in a place that she was comfortable and she was out there doing her thing.
She was
And
out there
he
doing her
kept
thing.
filling her basket, giving her
Mhm.
what she needed, and she ended up with her boo. But the thing about it is that sometimes in the search, I often have this conversation with women. Don't lose a sense of who you are and what it is that you want and the things that you desire. And Ruth was handling her business, and Boaz found her. So
Yes.
that whole story, that whole line, that whole point resonated. You're not really putting yourself out there, not necessarily putting yourself out there to find someone, but putting yourself out there and letting your confidence show forth. Because
Letting your confidence show forth and attract
yes,
that
you
which you want,
yes,
right?
yes.
And I'm said it for me,
Mm-hmm.
the part I'm gonna go to a comment here because it resonates with me with my particular challenge and these seven from the one that's my biggest challenge is putting myself out there.
Mm-hmm.
And I too, like one of the comments is, why can't they just magically appear? And I feel the same way. It's like I just want them to magically appear. And then I go to the story of Ruth and Boaz. And in a way, if we look at this differently, Boaz kind of did magically appear, but only after Ruth went out there to put herself out there. And then Boaz appeared. So I would say to myself and to the person who made the comment that there is a bit of magic, I would say, in this
Mm-hmm.
when you're ready to activate. I'm going to put myself out there. I'm going to meet new people, and I'm going to be confident in myself in meeting new people. That's what I would say.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't necessarily put myself out there because in the back of my mind, I'm thinking all I have to do is go to the grocery store, and then all of a sudden he'll bump into me. I'll turn around, and then the angels will begin to. Well, that hasn't happened. They haven't bumped into him. The angels ain't singing. So I'm going to need to put myself in places where the kind of delightful and delicious men that I want to meet exist. And so my job is to find out, where are they? Because that's where I'm going to go, like Ruth, and tend the field or do what I need to do so that I am, what's the word? Visible.
Mm-hmm, hmm. And you know what? I was gonna put a question out here just to ask for further conversation. What does, if someone could define, and even you, what does, take it a step further, what does putting yourself out there
Mm,
mean? Because I believe there's different perspectives on what does putting yourself out there mean.
yeah. Yeah. What is it? What does that mean? We would love to hear from you all. We have another comment here in the meantime.
Mm-hmm.
What if you never knew you? What if he never knew you? What if your whole life was defined through people? Okay, I'm going to ask you to restate that for me because I want to make sure I'm following what the question is. If you don't mind, if you could just restate that for me. I don't want to make assumptions of what I think you're asking. But in the meantime, we definitely want to hear what is putting yourself out there. Or, ladies, which one of these seven are you guilty of? Let me read just the tops again. Number one, your standards are unrealistic.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, you have zero confidence. So you can put the number in the chat. Number
Mm-hmm.
two, you have zero confidence. Number three, you have unhealthy defense mechanisms.
Mm-hmm.
Number four, you're drawn to people who can't give you what you want. Number five, your insecurities are causing you to get clingy. Number six, you're not allowing yourself to experience real intimacy. Or number seven, like me, you're not really putting yourself out there.
Yeah.
So put your number in there and let's let's see if we can help one another in this area. Uh, so anyway, were you getting ready to say something else, Cheryl?
Yeah,
Before
I
I
was
kind
getting
of
ready to
cut.
say we have clarity on the point that was made. Our viewer says for a person that doesn't truly know themselves, their sense
Oh.
of purpose and confidence can't be. It seems it can't be seen from others. And I thought that's
Mm.
what they were saying. Like when you don't know yourself, then guess what? You don't know what you could track anything because you don't know that what you might attract is not what you want. But again, that lack of confidence could show up with a lack of confidence. But someone else put in here 3 and 5.
Ooh, 3 and 5. So
Three.
3 is you have unhealthy defense mechanisms. 5, your insecurities are causing you to get clingy. I'm so
Mhm.
thank you, whoever that is, that you are being so honest about what is troubling you. While we wait for others to chime in, I have a question for you, Cheryl, because I
Okay.
admire the relationship you have with Reggie. I don't know if any of the Facebook viewers here have ever had the pleasure of watching Cheryl and Reggie interact, but they really are such a delightful couple. So cute. I like that's what I want, when it's my turn, that's what I want. But Cheryl, do you think that I want to take you back to when you before you and Reggie met? What like who were you? Like were you this very self-confident woman like you are now? Were you insecure or like who were you such that Reggie felt very much attracted to you?
One of the things that I have to say is that number 3 resonated with me because
Mm.
when I met Reg, I had just gotten out of a relationship with someone, and I had some anger issues.
Mm.
I had some anger issues, but what I did was I processed my anger issues in a way that when I met him, he saw this woman that was like he was just intrigued by me because
Mm.
I had built in a system that says, no man will ever hurt me the way the last one did because I'm saving 25% for me and 75% for them. So it was always this intrigue, like this, like I want to know more of her because she's not showing me all of her, and it seemed to be attractive to him. And
Mm.
when he met me, I was actually dating his roommate in college.
Oh, 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 this is getting good.
And his roommate, we were in a room like this, like little lobby area, and his roommate had stepped away to go to the bathroom. So he sat across from me. And I want y'all to hear when you talk about attracting, he said to me, I don't care how long it takes. He said, one day you're going to be my wife. I looked at him and I was like, he must be out of his mind because I want to go back to another one of the pointers. It says, your standards are unrealistic.
Mm.
We were opposites completely. I've always had this. He was a guy who played in a band. He used to wear these denim overalls with the bandana tied around. This looked like a band player. And I'm like, oh no. But look who I ended up with because I had to lower my standards or my expectations because he was truly from day one a perfect gentleman. But his confidence was something that I think attracted me because he told me, yeah, yeah,
Okay, so let me just interrupt because you said I want to tweak what you said. You
yeah.
said you had to lower your standards, and I would say you had to revisit your
Yes,
standards
visit my
and shift them
yeah,
so that you didn't miss out on something that was really
exactly
good. Okay,
correct.
so that tells me that you weren't initially attracted to him, right? Not initially. So then what happened over time?
His because knowing what I wanted someone that was kind,
Mm.
someone was a gentleman, someone who would know how to treat me. And even though he had his overalls on with the red bandana, he did all of that. And the first date we went on, I knew something was different. That he said my roommate was all by herself and she didn't have a date or anything. And we were going out. He said, well, your roommate can come with us too because she won't be by herself. I'm like, just my date. But at the end of the day, the kindness that he didn't want to see her left alone was like, wow, nobody
Mm.
did that. I said, he's a nice
Mhm.
guy. And it was just something about his characteristics. And to this day, y'all, I give God praise. 42 years later, he has not changed.
My goodness.
He has not
Oh,
changed. He's the
that's
same
so.
person that he was when I first met him.
So,
And
so
yeah,
what I love about your story is while he might have been initially attracted to you and you weren't to him,
Mm-mm.
your relationship didn't begin on that purely physical plane that sometimes we
Mhm.
get trapped in. So you look good, I look good, and
Mhm.
then it becomes a very physical relationship
Yes.
before you can even really go deep, before you can even establish a friendship, which
Yes.
I think is a mistake
Yes.
for many of us, that we're waiting. He's got to be fine. He's got to be 6 feet 2 inches, chocolate skin,
Mm.
light green eyes, all that stuff, which
Mhm.
is not bad. There's no judgment. But if the desire is how he looks,
Mhm.
your physical attraction to him, I think we miss out on
Yeah.
what's really good for, because we're not willing to look at. I may not physically be attracted to him right now, but I think physical attraction grows.
Yes.
I
Yes.
think you can become
Yes.
physically
Yeah.
attracted to
Yeah.
someone
Yeah.
over time as you develop a relationship with that
Yeah.
person.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah.
So did we miss? Oh, we somebody said a Kodak moment. That must have been when I was having my hot flash, because it was. I was dripping water. I could have saved California, because we're in a drought. They could have just taken my sweat.
Yeah.
Okay. Amen. So encouraging. Thank you. All
Yeah.
right. So yeah. So we really would love to hear more comments from you, ladies, about what we're discussing. But maybe we can go into, Cheryl, the some of the takeaways as people listen.
Sure. When we think about the takeaways,
Oh wait, we didn't even talk about the unmasked question. So
what?
the unmasked question
Yeah.
is, ladies, how can you become more of the person you want to attract or keep? How can you become more of the person you want to attract
Mm.
or keep? Okay, Cheryl, you can do the keep. I'll do the attract. How about that?
Okay.
Because you already got the man. You already got the guy.
So
Okay,
when
go.
when you talk about the keep, how can you become more of the person that you want to attract or keep? If I focus on the keep, the person that, of course, we develop and mature over time, and we learn things as we go through our respective relationships. The person that he met and the person that he was attracted to, that was the authenticity of who I am. And my goal is to remain that person, if that makes any sense, because that's what he was attracted to. And see, sometimes in relationships, we can lose our sense of who we are. And it was important that I stay true to who I was in order for me to keep that relationship, to keep him interested, to keep him engaged. So that keeping part for me would be maintain being who you are. Don't be fake. Be real. Be who you are from the core. Pam seems like we've lost her. Someone put in here, you have to be honest with yourself to attract and keep. Absolutely. That speaks volumes to exactly what I just said. But when you think about it, it says, how can you become more of the person you want to attract? Well, being honest with yourself, definitely want to continue to do that. But are there any other comments, any other thoughts about things that people may have done? Because as I speak to the keeping, that's just pretty much straightforward. That's what I had to do, and I continue to do that. And it is so important as women that we don't lose a sense of who we are. And we can so easily do it, so very easily do it. But what we're going to do is go to the takeaways now because, oh, there's my friend. She's back, but we have to go to the takeaways. Uh,
Let's do the takeaways. Number
takeaways.
one,
Number one, Pam, you want to do the first one?
this is an important one. Date yourself, date yourself, date yourself. If you can't take yourself out on a date, you aren't someone another person wants to take out on a date. You have
Absolutely.
to become comfortable treating yourself special, as well as being alone with yourself as well.
That's right. And number two is you need to respect yourself. If you are abusing your body, your mind, or your spirit with food, alcohol, overworking, gossiping, being fake with others, then you will experience disrespect from a partner or a potential partner. We want to
Mhm.
remember, respect yourself, be who you are.
Number three,
Hmm.
you attract who you are,
Yeah.
not what you want.
Oh,
This is the foundation of the law of attraction, which has no favorites or special children. Just as sure as the law of gravity exists, so does the law of attraction. Become who you want to attract or keep.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Nice takeaways, ladies. All right, let's get to the raffle now.
All right.
Today's raffle is an ebook called 5 Compliments That Will Get Him Addicted to You, written by Matthew Hussey. All right, Kayla, let's do the raffle. Let's see if somebody can win.
All right.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Good.
Okay. Wonderful. Okay, Sharon, we do have your email address, so we're going to email you the ebook. And what we would like for you to do, please, is let us know which one of those compliments you're going to use.
Yeah.
Okay. So the raffle is the 5 compliments that will get him addicted to you. Which one of those compliments are you going to use? All right. We want to know. We want to get in your business.
All up in it.
And let's just pretend for a moment that, Sharon, you say, well, there really isn't a guy right now in my life. If there is a guy in general, even platonic, try it out, because he's still a guy. Not necessarily to try it out to get him, but to see how it lands. Test it out in a safe space with someone and see how it works. Okay. But we want to know which one that you're going to choose. You can choose all of them, of course, but which one you're going to use and how it works. Yeah. Cheryl, is there any last words that you want to share?
We want everyone to remember the challenge for today is to feel better. Tenacious Tuesday. Tenacious again means determined, not easily given up. In the spirit of becoming who you want to attract or keep, post a video or share a comment or image about being tenacious or to attract a keep a fulfilling relationship. Next week, we will unmask another topic. We want you to post in our group a topic that you want us to unmask. We will see you right here next week in Unmasked Real Talk Live. Go out and be great.
Bye-bye. We love you. Mwah. Bye.